one of these days, all them bags gonna get in your way. I kind of feel like those past 2 days, all the bags was in the way. Let me tell you why. Because I'm a people pleaser. I don't know if you noticed that. A lot of people are like, I can't imagine seeing you upset or seeing you mad, or you say you have a temper, but I can't imagine that. Honey, I'm a people pleaser. And part of my bags and my baggage, that stems from when I was a kid. And I grew up with a father who had a high temper. There was 2 people in my life that had huge, high like crazy tempers. My dad being one of them. So when you're a young child, when you don't know what's going to tick off your parent to warrant them screaming at you or, unleashing the temper at you, you tend to become a people pleaser because all you want to do is keep the peace. Man, these limits go in.
Welcome back to another episode of Bar to Bar Podcast, where we bring bars from your favorite songs to the bar and we discuss it. Okay, I'm your host, Will.
And I'm your host, Nick.
Thank you for coming again. Let's get to it. What you got for us today? Wait, first off, how are you doing today, man?
I need a shot.
What? Say less.
I don't understand why we starting the show without one.
Say less.
No, but I'm feeling good. It's been a smooth day.
Yeah. That's good. Good to hear. Great way to start the day off. Is, you know what I'm saying? 5 o'clock somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I don't give a fuck if it wasn't.
Right.
Pour me up.
Let's get it. We'll need another one for the next week.
We are officially halfway.
What? This is what episode what?
26.
There's 52 weeks in the year, y'all.
Yeah,
that's
26. So we're halfway.
Halfway through.
Cheers to that. Cheers to us. Cheers to the consistency. Let's go.
Yes. And another thing, big shout out to y'all that stuck with us from the beginning all the way to now, and that's going to continue sticking with us. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to tell their friends. And if you got some music that you making that you out there doing and you in the Atlanta area, shout out, holla at us.
Real quick, I want to get DJs on the show too.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope. DJs. And I got a few DJ friends, a few homies. Man, first off, I want to give a shout out to a podcast that I fuck with. It's called DJs Need Love Too. They always fucking with us on our Instagram page. Instagram. And then one of the main DJs that's on there is always fucking with us. His name is Trap the DJ. All right, so I want to give a big shout out to him because he's always liking. If he likes it, he might comment, he might not, but he's liking. We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we should do more of that. More shout outs.
Yeah, definitely do more shout outs.
We really do appreciate
it. We do. We appreciate the consistency. We
all 13 of y'all who be tuning in
from beginning to the end.
What y'all want from the corner store? I got it.
Look, man, what you want? You want a dollar pack? Well, shit, ain't nothing there $1 anymore. Shit, Arizona sweet teas ain't even $1 no more. So just let me know. No, I'm dead at. Well, some gas stations they're $1.59, but most of them they're a little bit over $1 now.
$1.59.
Yeah, they changed it. It still, but it's crazy. On the can, it still says $1.
99.
On the can, it still says 99 cents or whatever. Crazy.
That's false advertising. I'm only paying $1.
Facts. But you know what?
All right, let's get.
What you got for us today, Nick? Yeah, what we doing today? What we talking about today?
All right, you guys saw from the title and the description. We're doing Bag Lady by Miss Badu herself.
Oh,
Erykah Badu.
Bag Lady.
Fun fact: I actually thought about doing this song at the beginning. This is actually the second outline I wrote for this show.
You told me about this song when we first talked about it. When this was just a discussion. A cloud in the air.
Yeah.
Thought when you was telling me about it, you
said
you
Scissors.
Already had Scissors, which was the first episode that we did,
and then
you had Bag Lady, and then further along when we did start recording, you said you're gonna hold off on Bag Lady because
I didn't want to start the show off with like immediate baggage. I was like, yo. But I wish I would have wrote down more like in depth what I was going through back then. Because when I wrote this outline, it had to still be 2022. It was 2022 still, for sure. And I don't necessarily remember the exact thing. And it would have been dope to like see me write it down. I kind of just wrote like vague things. And obviously we've updated the way we do our outlines.
Right.
So it's not the same as how I was doing it before we even started. But it's fine because, honey.
I think this is a great episode for week 26.
Yeah, for
episode
sure.
26, halfway through the year.
Yeah.
I think this is a great one. I think we about to hit week 26 with a bang, if you ask me.
With a huge bang. But yeah, so really quick, let's go into, I always say really quick. Fuck me. Really, however time I want to take.
However long.
No, let's get into check some ID.
Okay, what we got?
So, sir.
Oh shit.
You know you have to go ahead and
1997.
Damn. No thought, no nothing. No.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay, that's your final answer?
I really don't know. Yes.
2000.
Damn. I really didn't know. So
I would have
like,
guessed the 90s.
The first one that came to mind, and if that song gives 90s vibes, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I never would have. I didn't think it was gonna be 2000. I thought it was gonna be 97. That's the first thing that came to mind. I knew it was the late 90s though, close to the 2000s.
Yeah, I would have guessed 90s as well, but it's not.
It's okay. It's okay. One of these days, let me get another one right. I've only gotten out of all
3 years off.
Out of all the episodes we've done, I think I've gotten it right. One. I've only gotten one out of 26 damn weeks. Well, if you cut that in half, because out of 13 weeks, because it's half and half. You guess on mine, I guess on yours. So out of 13 times that we've tried, I've only gotten one right, y'all. One right. I need to do better. Okay, but I don't have the little timeline memories that go along with each episode or each song like she does over here, okay?
And in your defense, sometimes I choose like songs that are like this. Like we were kids. We don't necessarily have timelines for this.
Yeah, you're right. We don't.
We may not.
But she had, look, y'all, last episode, she had a timeline. She got it wrong, but she had a timeline for it.
I got it wrong, but I got it right.
She really did get it right. Technically wrong, but technically right at the same time. She guessed 2017. It was 2018, but she was saying the movie came out 2018, and I thought she was gonna say 2018. No cap. She scared me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think she got it wrong on purpose.
No, I didn't. I promise. Because here's the thing. That song came out January 4th. I was 4 days shy. It was 4 days shy of 2017. Because you
had the exact date.
But
yeah.
But I went back and looked. Because the songs come out
before the soundtrack.
Before the movie.
Yeah. Before the movie.
Obviously when the soundtrack drops too. So it's just like if the movie came out in February, they might have dropped it in December.
Like the end of December time frame. Yeah. Okay.
But they dropped it in January 4th, 4 days shy of 2017.
So you was literally off by 4 days.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
She got it. She got it.
All right. So do you think this song can work past, present, future? What's up?
Past, yes. Present, I don't know.
Really?
Lyrically, yes. But musicality wise, I don't think so. Because
and listen, Linda, listen.
I'm here. What you got?
Summer Walker just dropped a whole album.
God bless you.
Sorry.
God bless you.
Summer Walker just dropped a whole album that is basically giving neo soul vibes. Oh, I didn't listen to the whole thing, but the songs I listened to was giving neo soul vibes.
I haven't listened to it, but okay.
And there are a few artists like I can't remember the names, but there's a few artists they gotta do their thing. Okay, so this wouldn't per se be like so in your defense of your point. This song was pushed like it was a Beyonce record back then.
I mean, but this song was a hit. Like every time I would hear this song in the car when I was a kid, I can remember listening to the song.
Yeah, for sure.
But I didn't understand what she was talking about. But
nowadays, this musicality won't be pushed like a Beyonce record. And when we say Beyonce record, we mean like a mainstream. This one is a go no matter what type record. That's what I mean by a Beyonce record, like a Drake record, like a that sort, those media darlings. It's that's how this song was pushed, in my opinion anyway.
I agree.
We could be wrong. She could have fought with the label.
Even though we were just jits back then, I remember hearing this song
but it was everywhere.
Yeah, it was.
And I had no idea what they were talking about. I remember watching the video. I remember all the colors. I was like, what the?
Listen, I thought she was talking about grocery bags and missing a bus. Literally, that's all she was talking about.
Face value.
Exactly.
For sure. No,
But growing up and thinking about it, it's like, yo,
we really gonna get into it because I got some shit for you. So yeah, the musicality maybe not this right now. I don't know about the future for this one because I mean I'm hearing some of these newer artists, these indies, and some of them that are signed still. Your Summer Walkers, your Ari Lennox. Ari Lennox could have pushed this shit out.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, there's not too many of them, so it is a thin line between a go and a no.
I agree with you.
Musicality wise, lyrics always and forever.
Always. Yeah. I think a lot of songs like this lyrically could last in any form. But
I'm waiting for the day that we pick a song where the lyrics probably won't resonate in the future.
That
or probably couldn't resonate in the past
either.
Well, I think when we did Three-Way, Tiana Taylor, I kind of felt like Three-Way couldn't work in the past.
Yeah, because
future, present for sure, but in the past, it was too much.
Too much for them.
Yeah. All right, so let's go get into what you pouring.
Okay.
So I had to update this because we didn't do what you pouring. Well, we didn't have that concept when I first wrote this.
When we first started.
So I actually don't have a what you pouring.
You don't have a liquor for it.
I'm gonna think with you. We're gonna do it together. Team effort. So for those of you who are new, what you pouring is basically our segment where we imagine the song as a bartender and what they would be pouring. Or as a drink, yeah, like you said. So Bag Lady, I don't want to say water, but it's giving Voss.
High quality water.
I don't want to say water though, but it's giving Essentia. You know?
So this song is giving me telling me that you need to realize that you're fed up, right? And a good fed up type drink.
Okay.
Like,
so for you the song is giving I don't give a fuck no more. Like I need to not give a fuck.
Yes. Like fuck you, man. I just
really?
don't know
That's what you get from this.
We'll discuss more in the bar.
Yeah. I'm interested to hear your standpoint and stand on that because I really want to hear.
I will. Got you. But drink wise, I'm thinking like a fucking Red Bull. Let's get amped in this bitch and let's go to fuck crazy. Energy drink.
I can't pick a liquor for this one.
Hey, I can't pick a liquor. No, I mean if I pick a liquor, it'd be like tequila, something that's gonna turn you up. But like if I really have to pick something that's gonna set the tone, I'm thinking Red Bull. Let's fucking go. Let's get it.
I have one.
What?
You got to think of a refreshing drink.
So what you think?
I'm thinking anything that makes you feel light and airy.
So like, what's that? Like a mojito, refreshing, right? Like something that you take a sip of that has liquor in it. You're like
a little. Yeah, mojito has a little. I'll say mojito.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how mojito has a little bit of club soda in there, so it gives that more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Only because y'all will understand my standpoint. I mean, it's pretty much hers too. There's a bar specifically that adheres with that whole mojito thing. Yeah, for sure. Mojito.
See, yeah.
It's either Voss or mojito. Which one are you taking?
Hey, we collabed on that one because that one I couldn't figure it out, but I definitely say Red Bull because of my point of fuck it.
When I went to Mexico last year, I went through a really traumatic situation prior to, like 2 months prior to. So mentally, I remember getting on the shuttle to get to, because I parked my car at the airport.
Right.
So I get on the shuttle to get to the actual airport, and I remember just being like, I texted my group chat that I was my friends, and I was like, y'all, I'm about to be off the grid for a little bit. I can't interact with anyone. I love y'all, but y'all won't be hearing from me for the next 5 days. And when I went, the only thing I had was mojitos.
Refreshing.
Because it was just like, I'm here. I don't want to think about all the bullshit that happened 2 months prior.
Right. You needed that
and like
break.
Mojito.
Refreshing.
It was. Yeah, it was that. So
I'm telling you, mojito, they do it.
I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the blank here. Mojito.
Mojito.
All right, let's go bar to bar, y'all. That's what you came for.
That is.
All right.
Hopefully y'all listen to the song already.
Oh, y'all listen. Y'all know the song.
You better have. Listen.
Oh wait. No song shaming. If you haven't heard it, it's okay.
No shame. No. Hell, fuck that. This is a classic. You've had to at least heard this song at least one time.
At least one
At
time.
least one time.
All right.
Go ahead.
Let's start with the first bar I got. It's Bag Lady, you gon' miss your bus. You can't hurry up because you got too much stuff. Like literally. So for me, I think about where I am right now. And of course, I wanted to know what I was going through several months ago when I first did this. But where I am right now, dun, 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 what y'all don't know is I am bartending again.
Aha!
I almost forgot about that. I am bartending again. I just started bartending again. And I will say one thing I want to confess is like it's only been 3 days so far. The first 2 days, I didn't realize how out of place I felt. I was really insecure.
Really?
Really, like really, not like I'm kind of no, like I was really insecure. Wow. I took 5 months off of nightlife, and the goal was, to not be in it forever.
Right.
But I will always say if I have to go back, I'll go back. And it's not like I have to, but it just made more sense for my goals to get some extra cash.
And that's what this is. And it's under the right circumstances.
Right. And it's not a forever thing. It's for now until I feel like, okay, I got enough. I'm good. I can make this next jump with this next job. It's always that.
Absolutely.
But I was really insecure. So like, honestly, when she was saying like, you gonna miss your bus, by the third shift, before the third shift, I was like, okay, you gonna miss your bus because you're not confident. You over here making silly mistakes, I would feel frazzled and I wasn't confident. And I mean, I wasn't going to drink. I think I bought a shot each shift, but I didn't even want to drink because I was scared that it was going to get worse.
Right.
And, it was just a lot. And I was just feeling so unconfident. Is that a word?
Unconfident. You was feeling, if it's not a word, incompetent, that's definitely a word. But even if the other one wasn't a word, you just made it a word. Challenge her if you want to.
Just insecure altogether.
Right.
And, right now, that's one of the things that but you know what it is? I think it's because at the spot I'm working at now, it's not like how a lot of the other spots I worked at where you can make a million, kajillion, bajillion mistakes and they go unnoticed. They don't measure liquor. At this spot, they measure liquor. And I think that made me tense up because I was like, oh my God, I haven't been doing this for a while. But I didn't think 5 months was a long time.
It's not a long time, but at the same time, when you're coming back into something, when you're coming from something that didn't have those rules in place and coming back into the game with something that has those rules, and it feels like it's going to feel like it's a shit ton of bricks that's on your back because you feel like everybody's watching you. What were the rules at the last spot? Exactly. But at this spot, the rules are every single rule that should have been in place at the last spot plus some.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I don't mind that.
It's not nothing bad. It's just accountability.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Right, exactly.
That's actually protocol.
Right.
But I didn't have that. And then also it's just like when I thought about it, I was like, damn, 5 months doesn't seem like a long time.
Right.
But maybe 5 months taking out of bar, nightlife is a long time. But when you think about it, like 5 months, if you're just dating for 5 months, people are like, oh, okay, y'all new, y'all brand new.
Yeah.
If you take 5 months off of work, that's a long ass fucking time.
You come back to work, you gonna walk around, you might see a whole new team around you if you miss 5 months. If you go 5 months without working.
So it's about that's my point. It's about perspective.
Absolutely.
I guess I didn't realize the perspective of not because I've been working. I just haven't been working in nightlife, and I just thought like, hey, I know how to bartend that shit. I've been in nightlife for so long, like that shit because it is easy. Pour,
shake.
Let me tell you, I was studying the new drink cocktails and recipes and some of the recipes that I didn't know or knew but kind of wasn't accurate on as far as pour measurements. Let me tell you, I was studying. I had my shit together. I got behind that bar first shift, baby. I was like,
everything went out the window.
What's in the? It's in the.
You got put on the spot.
Yeah, I done poured peach schnapps in a whole fucking Long Island.
Wrong.
Don't do that, y'all.
But it happens though. That's the thing. It happens though. It was your first time back working behind the bar.
Yeah. It wasn't until the third shift because I told myself, you gonna miss your bus. Because you can't hurry up because you got all that stuff. Like, chill out. These are humans too. That's what brought me back to life.
Yes.
These are humans too. They're insecure about shit too.
Yes.
All right? So chill out. You know what you're doing. You've been doing this. Just calm down. And by the third shift,
golden.
I was okay.
Comfortable.
I was totally fine. One of these days, all them bags gonna get in your way. She says that as well. I kind of feel like those past 2 days, all the bags was in the way. Let me tell you why. Because I'm a people pleaser. I don't know if you noticed that. A lot of people are like, I can't imagine seeing you upset or seeing you mad, or you say you have a temper, but I can't imagine that. Honey, I'm a people pleaser. And part of my bags and my baggage, that stems from when I was a kid. And I grew up with a father who had a high temper. There was 2 people in my life that had huge, high like crazy tempers. My dad being one of them. We all know that. He knows that's no secret. So when you're a young child and your parents are your first love, when you don't know what's gonna tick off your parent to warrant them screaming at you or unleashing the temper at you. You tend to become a people pleaser because all you want to do is keep the peace. It's one or two. It's either you can bump heads with them because you have those kids that's gonna stand up to one like that.
Some of them gonna
nut up too, right? And then there's me, the other side that's like, okay, what can I do to keep the peace? Da, 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 da. So that's where my people pleasing stemmed from, and I've learned that just from being aware, meditation, and some therapy too.
Yeah,
made me realize that, and that's my baggage, and I carry it to this day. On the last episode, I told you that we were going to do another episode where we expand more on it. But on the last episode, I hinted at, it's one of the reasons why I kind of feel like insecure when it comes to when it comes to validating myself outside of my career. Because when I do anything, when I do my job, me behind the bar, like that's my baggage. What happens is if I make a mistake in my line of work, it warrants the other person or whoever's around me, like my coworker, my business partner, whoever, my manager, it warrants that there's no love there. Meaning you could potentially get fired. You're not valuable to this place. You're not valuable to the pod. You're not valuable to
the business.
Do you remember the time that I forgot the camera and we had to use a different camera and I was freaking out and I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like literally my people pleasing, like my self-esteem took a huge blow that day because I was like, you had one job to just bring the shit and you fucked up.
Now I counter that with, remember that one time when my phone started fucking up? And we had to go with the flow, and I had to use your phone to see the lyrics to keep moving.
And you were getting frustrated.
I was getting frustrated. So, because I was mad. I was like, yo, I had this shit. I got this shit. This shit was locked in.
You can't make me cry.
So, I say this to say, you told me that day, your words were, even the best production companies have issues.
Yeah.
And what do? They just freestyle it. They keep going. They adapt and overcome.
Don't mind me, my eyes are watering. But
and I told you that day. What did I say? I told you that day when you told me you left the camera. I said it's okay.
We were still able to get the episode out.
We still got the episode out. We wasn't able to have a video with it, but the point is we adapted.
I thought my control issues was the thing. Yo, my people pleasing is huge because controlling is later on in my life.
Right.
People pleasing has started since I was a kid because of the environment I lived in,
right,
and the temper that was, at bay. And I still deal with it to this day. Even the third shift when I left and this is not the first time this has happened. This is something that has been happening, and I forgot about this feeling. After working, I'm on my drive home. It's just me. Normally it's silent in my car. And I start replaying what happened in the day. What did I forget? What did I not hit on the mark? Yeah. And then even the things I did good, I'll replay them in my mind like, did I do it super good though?
Was it really good? Was it just mediocre? Or
right.
Like were they telling me that this drink was great, but they really just telling me that? Like, But you gotta,
it's
man.
certain things. It's not every single thing, but it's certain things. You
Right.
know, there are times where people act a fool, and I'm like, I don't care about that. Like, I can,
Fuck 'em.
yeah. There's times when I do say that, but there are. So it's weird because sometimes they're random, and I'll be like, or I'll be in the shower at the end of the night, and I'll think of like, oh, I forgot to bring them that cranberry juice. Oh my god, I forgot. Like, I'll remember it later in the shower. Like, oh,
and we done closed 2 hours ago, or you done been off shift 2-3 hours ago. Yeah. They done gone, paid, and everything. They done gave you your compliments and everything.
Yeah. So that's the biggest part of my baggage as a bag lady. Mm-hmm. Is being a people pleaser for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I understand that.
I want to ask you, how bad has your bags gotten in your way? What are your bags, sir? Bag man.
Bag man. Yeah, that's me. What is my baggage?
Well, why you think about that? You want me to go into the next part?
I never thought about. I've never thought about what is like
your baggage.
Yeah, or
I think you know what it is. I think putting it
in words or putting it out there. I
So you perfect?
Huh?
You perfect?
No, I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. Go ahead with the next bar. I'm gonna hit you with the baggage. I gotta think about that one. Go ahead with the next bar though. I got you.
The next one I got is when they see you coming, niggas take off running from you. One day they're gonna say you crowded my space. I don't think niggas take off running. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. This verse for me goes back to energy. Mm-hmm. When you are carrying baggage and you're moving in the vibration of the energy of that baggage, mm-hmm. In my experience, what happens is the people you want to be around you probably disperse.
Right.
In her words, take off running. Not necessarily. That's that's like a metaphorical.
Yeah.
Because your energy doesn't line to theirs.
Right.
So if I'm having a great ass day, I'm less likely to interact with people who are having piss poor days.
Right.
I might, but it's my frequency so off. I might see it, but it doesn't affect me.
Right.
Because I'm so high up.
Right.
So that's kind of like, I feel like that energy disperses. Mm-hmm. And so I do feel like I have though been, because she says one day he gonna say you crowd in my space. I've been in relationships where I feel like, or actually it's not even going to relationships. Mm-hmm. I know for a fact that there are times when I've been going through something and I'm still just dwelling on it, knowing that I should let it go, and I'll call up a friend, mm-hmm. and I can tell by their energy that I'm crowding their space.
Right.
Because my baggage is just filling up. And not even in the room. I mean, we talking on the phone.
Right.
And they can tell that my energy is crowding their space. Like, sis, I'm not on this vibration. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. I already told you what's good.
Right.
You're sitting here dwelling on it. Now you just got bags in my way and I don't need them here. So I'm finna head out. I'll talk to you later. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I can feel it. It's the way they say things. It's the way they respond to certain, they can tell. And then in that, just from being aware, I can tell that my bags are crowding their space. So let me ask you, have you ever had a time where your bags have crowded someone's space? Or if you felt like somebody else's bags have crowded your space? Like you've been chilling and somebody comes in with some bull and you're like, bro.
Why?
We'd already talked about this. Your bags is crowding my space, honey.
I will say this. One time when I was living in Hawaii, I was dating this chick, and she was awesome. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. Definitely awesome. But the problem is though, she did have baggage.
Okay.
And there was nothing wrong with the baggage until it started
crowding your space.
affecting the relationship that we was trying to pursue.
Yeah, crowding.
Like you said, crowding the space. And I was willing to deal with it until it got to the point where she would just always try to just be like, yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. But if you say it's nothing, but it's visibly bothering you, then it's something.
Do you think that perhaps because she's so used to...
She was used to dealing with everything on her own. She was used to handling business on her own with that shit.
But listen. Go ahead, so, for instance, if you go to a hoarder's house, right?
Hoarder.
they don't think there's too much shit in their house.
Right.
And they're like, oh yeah, it's nothing. Oh, it's just a whole bunch of. They think it's. They don't. They know they got stuff, but they don't think it's how we look at it.
Right.
We don't. This is not our norm.
Right.
Do you think that her baggage became so much her norm that she's like, oh, it's nothing?
Yes, I think it was. I think it did become so much her norm that she just the attitudes, everything that happened after was she was just used to the same thing happen over and over again to the point where she just like, okay, whatever it is, what it is. But like, why does it have to be what it is? What it is?
Do you care to elaborate what it was, or is that personal?
No. I don't care to elaborate. It's just it was our baby dad would fuck around and be like, he would just do dick shit for no reason, all because he didn't want to see her happy. So when he found out, so it was like when he not necessarily he found out about me, because I don't think he knew about me, but like when he could tell that she was in a good mood or good spirit or something like that, or he could tell, he'd find a way to just fuck it up. You like she'd be like, oh, you still getting the kids this weekend? And then he'd be like, why are you asking me again? I told you I was. So for no reason, he'd be like, I can't get the kids. I got duty. Like, that's what we call it. Because he was in the military. So he'd be like, I got duty. So I got meaning he has to stay at work and work.
Right.
So he couldn't get the kids. But then she would see him on social media out doing whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Nigga, I thought you had to work.
Yeah.
Because shit, so, and then
that became her norm.
She was just like, it's okay. But she didn't want, at that time, she didn't want me to meet the kids because she was trying to respect him. Which I understand that. I get that.
So then y'all couldn't even
hang out. So we would be able to hang out
because
and do the plans that we had because of the kids, that chemistry that they had, that baggage that she had.
Woo,
and the bag, I'm not calling it, hold on, be clear. The kids are not baggage. No. The baggage was the baby father and the emotional damage that he was causing. That was the baggage.
Yeah.
The kids, I would never call kids baggage. That is never the case.
But it sounded like the emotional baggage was, the emotional damage, which is emotional baggage, is, that's huge only because that is very likely, especially before now, where mental health is a thing. But back then, whether it was 5 to 10 years ago, like we weren't recognized. Not a lot of us were recognizing, especially people of color. We weren't necessarily recognizing mental health as baggage per se. Absolutely. Unless it was like, oh, she's crazy, or he's mentally unstable, like he's special. Like that was what mental health sounded like to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for us to be like, it's nothing. But it's like, sis, this is a whole red flag.
A whole red flag. Multiple.
It's a whole red flag, yeah.
Man, mental health is so important. It's crazy.
I don't know if I've ever crowded a nigga space, but I probably have. You know what? I have.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I would like to hear his perspective. It was an ex. I just remember it was one of the relationships where it was the last time, actually. I lost myself in a relationship. And I know that me losing myself crowded his space. Because now I don't know who I am. I'm all on you. I don't have anything going for me. Whatever you're doing, we're doing it too. I don't have anything for me going on. I kind of want to do this, and I say I'm going to do this, and I'm saying I'm going to do that, and I act like, and it looks like I have ambition, but I'm really on your time.
Whatever you want, I'm here for it.
Right, and it's it's just like, it was just too much, and I know, here's the thing, niggas love the chase. So if you just hand and foot them, it's not fun no more. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? Men love the chase. Even when you're married with them, you still have to create some type of, not chase. That's not what I want to say, but you have to make it seem worthwhile. If someone's just willing to, if you had your favorite food every single day for the rest of your life, you wouldn't have that much value in it anymore.
It wouldn't
because
be
it's
your
just
favorite
always there.
It's always easily
You know what I'm
accessible.
saying? But if you have to pay for it, if you have to take the time to get in your car, plan, and get there,
or
you're
travel
still gonna
for
love it. Yeah, if you have it once a week.
You don't want that thing to just be easily accessible like that, because once it does, it's not that good anymore. It's no value.
Facts. And that doesn't mean that you need to always play games with your partner. It means you have to still have shit going on for you, so that they know that, hey, she got shit going on in her own life. So the fact that she's making time for me means that she really want to be here.
Absolutely.
You know, but if you just, I'm free, whenever you want to do, I do it too. It just is not fun no more. So the last time I lost myself in a relationship, I'm pretty sure that was the baggage that was crowding his space. It was like, sis, do you have anything else going on for you? Like, I didn't even have my own friends at that point. My friends were all of our friends. It was easy to blur the lines, though, in my defense, because we worked together. We had the same friends, which was low-key our coworkers. His friends became my friends, low-key, high-key. Low-key, high-key. We weren't like chilling outside of him, but his friends became my friends. So when he would hang out with them, I would be there too. Like I said, we worked together. So we had the same coworkers. We had the same work environment. And we were in a relationship together. So obviously that's me and him. So it was super easy to blur all those lines. I didn't have a life outside of
there was no I guess in this situation, a boundary of okay, I'm gonna go hang with my friends. You hang with your friends, or you do what you feel is like something for yourself type thing.
And then it blew up in my face. So, you know, get the baggage and unpack the baggage, because it's gonna blow up in your face eventually. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
For sure. And what's so crazy is, towards the beginning of that relationship, I remember, you know, telling him, no, I want to take time to do this for me. No, I want to record today. Eventually, all that shit went out the door.
And you stopped doing
So
it.
I remember, in hindsight, obviously, then I did it. But in hindsight, I'm like, damn, when we first started kicking it, like, I was just...
You was doing you. He was doing him, and y'all would meet somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, that was the baggage that crowded him, because I had no sense of me. And
anymore.
And essentially the person he probably fell in love with just disappeared, because me being all for him all the time and less for me, that's not who he fell in love with. You know what I'm saying?
He fell in love with the ambitious you, the you that was doing you. And sometimes that happens.
But that doesn't excuse the fact that he cheated. He won't admit it, but
I mean, there's no excuse, but still at the same time, though, I understand, not the cheating part, but I understand where the fall off was.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's continue. I only have a few more left. This one's easy. Pack light.
Pack light.
That's really we don't necessarily have to go into it, but I did bring it up because what does it take to pack light? You know what I'm saying? Because some baggage, you know, when you leave some trips and you come back home, unpacking feel like a lot.
And when you leave, you come back with more sometimes. So I would say this, to pack light, it just means before you go on that next trip, take a second. Understand what you just unpacked, or what you still have packed up, because some people don't even unpack when they get back from their trips. Just to be honest, I'm one of the ones that sometimes I will leave stuff in the suitcase and not fully unpack, because I know I got somewhere I'm going in a little while, or something coming up. So I'm just about to, especially if it's all, of course, clean shit or whatever the case may be, or like toiletry and shit like that. Fuck it, I'm leaving it in there. I'm about to go anywhere again. But the point I'm trying to make is unpack, right? Sort through that shit that you unpack. Get rid of the shit that you don't need no more. Then that way, when you repack, that shit gonna be lighter. And that is like, for instance, dating. It's simple. This is a simple comparison. Dating. You get out of a relationship. Take some time to unpack all the shit that you went through in that relationship. Put it all out on the desk. Write it down on note cards, whatever the fuck you got to do. Take it out. Take your time. Look at it. Okay, this, that, boom, boom. Okay, what could I do different for the next relationship, possibly in the far future, not near, far future. Give yourself time.
Pack light.
Give yourself time. And then as you notice these things and start changing these things, throw these cards away. And then when you throw these cards away, now you're realizing that you're packing lighter. And then the things that you do keep that are worth keeping, that's your lightly packed items.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does. And like for me, I will say like she kind of answers it in the song without answering it in the song.
Yeah.
She doesn't. I just put these together. So I know that she says all you must hold on to is you. She was like, I guess nobody ever told you. All you must hold on to is you. Is you. Is you. I had to sing it in the Erykah Badu voice.
Got to. It's the only right. But I agree.
But so that's what it is. That's what Packing Light is. Like when I went back and I put those together, because Pack Light and that verse, I mean, that bar is not necessarily in the same, verse, but I was like, oh, she just answered it. Pack light. For me, all I have to do to pack light is hold on to me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because when I put me first and I fill my cup up,
your values and everything.
Yeah, it's easier to maneuver, and whatever spills over, I can give to others. And that's a personal thing for me. I don't know if it applies to everyone, but I know it's a personal thing for me because as a people pleaser, I want to give as much as I can. Because I associate that with being loved. If I make you happy, if I please you, you will love me. And that doesn't mean like I need my manager to love me. I need my coworker to love. It means just getting love, getting acceptance, getting validation. You know what I'm saying?
You're doing a great job.
Right. I need all of that to feel value within myself. And, like I said, I don't think that is correct. So, I just want to make that disclaimer. It's not the correct way to go about it. But that's something I still struggle with, and that's me being vulnerable. But I know consciously, that when I, fill my cup up and whatever overflows, that's what I should be giving.
Right.
But when I fill my cup up and nothing is overflowing, that means still whatever's inside needs to be for me.
And you only.
Exactly.
When you get to the point where you feel like you're overflowing, then you can share. Then you can spread with whoever you choose.
And I want to, because it's like I can't keep all of this. Let me give some more to other people.
Right. But you know what though? What you also need to do is, because once you start sharing and spreading, your cup starts to then go back down. You need to pour into people that's going to pour into you, because once they start pouring into you too, your cup it maintains that steady, slight overflow where you can continue pouring onto them.
True.
You get what I'm saying?
True. I think also to piggyback off of that, it starts with pouring into me first.
Absolutely.
Because they have to see that this is what you're doing for you. Well, let me do that for them too.
Right.
It's like when you go into somebody's car and it's really nice and it's clean. And say you walk in there with some Chick-fil-A. You sit in your friend's car with some Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, the Lord's chicken.
And the Lord's chicken. I'm weak. Say you sit in somebody's car with some Chick-fil-A.
Right.
You're going to ask them, hey, do you mind if I eat in your car?
You should ask.
Because you know that what they've done for themselves is keep the car clean.
You see that.
So now you're also going to pour that too. But if that person's car was already a hot ass mess.
You ain't asking no goddamn questions.
Bruh, it's crumbs over here. I sat on a Cheeto when I first sat down. Like, what is this? The empty baby bottle in the bed. It's Cheeto. There's Cheez-Its everywhere. Like, I'm not asking shit.
Nah, niggas sit down and just start eating.
Right.
They look at you, they just like, shit, okay, they eat.
Right.
But I agree with you. There's times where, like, if my car is clean as fuck and somebody get in my damn car and they start to fuck eating, I'm going to look at you sideways like, bro.
Yeah, so packing light for me is just holding on to me. And that is that right there is timeless.
Wow.
All you must hold on to is you. The love you have for you is the single most important thing to hold on to, because what happens from there is you get to hold on to the love of others and it shows up genuine. And I can attest to that too, because like, even though I'm a people pleaser and I get it and all consciously, but the thing is, baggage is subconscious. Like me, I will personally, like, you know me, I wake up, I do my routine, my foundation is solid, right? But subconsciously, when, like, for instance, it was a time I missed cardio and I was like, oh my God, I did that. Consciously, I knew that it was okay because it's not something I do often and I was genuinely exhausted. But subconsciously, it felt like but you're not good enough because you didn't meet your goal today. But I know that's not true.
Right.
I know that I'm like, yo, bro, I shut up for myself. So it was like that teeter-totter type effect. But so I'm saying that to say, like, as much as it may seem, I'm like trying to find the word. As much as it may seem, no, look, that warrants another shot because let's get it together.
She was like,
I'm getting emotional. As much as it may seem like,
my bad.
As much as it may seem like someone has it together, or your favorite person, your favorite celebrity, or whoever you look up to, your mom, your dad, your cousin, whoever, your sister, has it together, like there's still insecurities there, man. And that's what makes us human. And honestly, that's what helps me. And this is recent, like 2-3 days recent. That's what helps me realize, like, yo, people are human. They're human beings, yo. Like, even stop taking everything they say with so much, like,
face value.
Yeah, and more than face, going further into it. Like, stop giving them so much power, you know, when they're human beings, bro.
Everybody's human.
With every single human being has an insecurity. I don't give a fuck who you are.
It don't matter how much money you got. I'm not
even
perfect.
As confident as you are, there's still things that, you know, trip you up from time to time.
Absolutely.
It doesn't mean you have to dwell in them. It just means that you have to understand that they're human beings, and that's really me preaching to me. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
And it helps me because I'm like, okay, this person has an insecurity too. That's totally fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can be insecure as well.
Right.
So, pack light. The next one I kind of just want to breeze over it a little bit. It's kind of a long one. So she says, I know sometimes it's hard and we can't let go. When someone hurts you oh so bad inside, you can't deny it. You can't stop crying. If you start breathing, you won't believe it, but you'll feel I said, but she didn't say that. You'll feel much better, so much better. If you start breathing, let me tell you, meditation always gonna be near and dear to my heart. I always say that's my religion because that's why I haven't spiraled out of control.
Meditation is key.
Yeah, because literally you have to breathe. Another thing that helps is, you know, I always say it, working out. Because the thing is, when you're working out and you're feeling that pain by the last set and the last few reps, that 12, 13, 14, 15, you know what I'm saying?
And you throw that weight down and you sit up real quick so you can goddamn.
That's the pain you're pushing through.
Yeah.
Right? But you know it's for, you know, the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, I like that she was just relating in that. Because like, I know it's gonna hurt. I know, but if you breathe and you push through that pain, you'll get there. You'll be all right.
That's why they say breathe. With anything that you do, got to breathe. Even, for instance, I don't know if this is per se pain, but like you think about people that have anxiety attacks.
Have you ever had one?
Yes.
Oh my God, it's the worst feeling. I remember the first time I had a panic. I call it a panic attack.
Panic attack, anxiety attack. You feel like your chest is about to explode.
I thought I was dying.
You feel like you can't breathe. You feel like you feel like you're gonna pass out eventually. That gets to that point. Look, that's why she said what she said. Breathe. You have to breathe. Deep breaths. You have to. Because if you don't, you're going to put your body into shock. And then what does your body do in shock? You just, most times, you pass out.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, panic attacks are not fun. I always know when they're coming now because I'm so aware, but I haven't had one since 2020. First time I had one was 2018. That was the scariest thing because it was like in the middle of the night. I was suffering from a cold, so I thought it was an effect from some new medicine I took. I had took Mucinex for the first time because I was coughing phlegm up like crazy, and I took Mucinex for the first time. Middle of the night, can't sleep, coughing up like crazy, nose stuffed up, watching The Breakfast Club, literally. Heart just went into panic mode.
You feel like you're about to
die.
I
was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, literally, I couldn't get it together. Like, I was hyperventilating. I couldn't get it together. And I was so scared because I was by myself in my apartment. No one's there. I'm like, yo, I'm about to die in my apartment by myself. No one's going to know. It's the middle of the night. So finally, I just put myself in the shower with cold water. And then that helped me breathe because you have to breathe in
with cold water. Yes.
And then I drove to my mom's house. I drove to my mom and said, "Mom, I took some new medicine. I think it messed with me. I want to stay with you because I don't know what's going to happen."
Those thoughts is what also contributes to putting you through that, because you start to think, oh, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
I'm here by myself. Who's going to help me?
Right.
Who's going to save me? What do I do?
Right.
Call 911. But you're great thinking cold shower, because when you get in the cold shower, the first thing you do is
right, breathe. That's the only thing I was like, I don't like, bro. I was panicking. It was because I've never had a panic attack prior to, and it was random. So I noticed with me, I have panic attacks randomly. They don't come from great sources of pressure in that moment. It comes from pressure that is lingering. And we'll save all the reasons why for another episode. Just know,
stay tuned.
It was related to people pleasing. Okay, so this is a huge bar, but what I wanted to do with you is, okay, so you know how we were talking about so many different, we thought it was like a bad, you thought, what'd you say when you first heard this song when you were a kid? You felt like it was like
I thought the lady was gonna miss her bus because she was carrying all them grocery bags.
Right,
like,
it was
why ain't somebody helping this lady so she could get on the bus? Goodness.
So she addresses all kinds of women in this. So in the last part, she talks about, okay, so I'm going to ask you what you think they are. Some of them.
Go ahead.
So the garbage bag lady. What lady do you think that is? Because, you know, she said,
hoarder.
I'm talking to my garbage bag lady. Let it go, let it go. And then she says all the different types of ladies. No, that is a poor lady.
Okay.
No, hoarders. I don't know. Can a poor person be a hoarder?
I mean, sometimes they can be, but sometimes they're not.
You think homeless people are hoarders?
No, I don't think they're hoarders. I think
having a shit ton
they
of
have a
stuff.
shit ton of stuff,
But it looks like
because that's all that they can get. They get whatever they can get their hands on because it might have some value at some point.
Okay. All right. I see your point. So yeah, garbage bag lady equals poor. This is according to what I'm reading online. She could have a whole different meaning. Right, so Erykah, we're not gonna put words in your mouth. It's just what I read on the internet. Okay? Yeah. The grocery bag lady.
Grocery bag lady. Someone that's carrying around a lot of groceries. As in, metaphorically speaking, guys. I guess I don't know.
No, it's middle class.
What the fuck?
And when you listen to the next one is Gucci bag lady, which is rich.
Rich lady.
So she goes poor, middle class,
it's poor,
and rich.
Middle class. Oh my god.
So garbage bag, your grocery bag.
Middle class,
because that's someone who can afford to feed themselves, and then Gucci bag is like
you doing more than you great.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes
paper sense. Sack lady. I'll say paper bag.
Paper bag lady.
What do you get in a paper bag?
Lunch.
Besides lunch, we have it on this table.
Oh, liquor.
Yes, so that is your drinking women.
All right, so what's alcoholics. The next? What's the next one?
The next one is nickel bag lady.
Yeah, nah, you know what that is. Chief Keef did it. Come on now. It's okay. Nickelback could be many things, but we know for a fact it's drugs.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know it was drugs?
No.
Come on now. She just went from alcohol. Yes, it's definitely drugs. Nickel bag, dime bag.
Okay, booty bag lady.
Stripper.
Promiscuous woman.
Stripper.
Okay. Baby bag lady.
Have a lot of kids or a lot of baby daddies.
Okay. Well, mothers.
Mothers. Okay.
You don't want to be, you know.
Oh no. Okay. Maybe not mother, but moms. Okay.
Book bag lady.
School.
Yeah. Students.
Yeah.
Intellectual women.
Yeah.
Ziploc bag lady. It's similar to nickel bag. It's actually the dealer. The hustler.
Oh, she's the one hustling.
Yeah. Ziploc.
Oh, she's serving the community. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, all of them should. Let it go, let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. I love that. I love that she was talking to women of all walks of life. And there's probably more, but you know, it's like a 3-minute and some change song. She can only get to so many. All right, let's get into our 86.
Okay, what you got for us?
For those of you who are new, 86 is when you eliminate an item from the menu. And so therefore it will be out of stock, aka 86. So we're getting 86 one, which is like a would you rather.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 86, one of the two. Emotional baggage or physical baggage?
Man, get rid of that emotional baggage.
So if your physical baggage was where you couldn't walk for the rest of your life.
Oh, shit. Get rid of that.
Emotional, you're chilling.
Get rid of that physical.
Like, you've
baggage.
accepted it, but
get rid of the physical baggage. Never mind. I'd rather have.
Or maybe your dick don't work. Maybe.
Hey, get rid of the physical baggage, okay? We're keeping the emotional. But then you know what? At the same time, though, no cap though, like all seriousness, emotional baggage can cause a lot of things to not work too. In all honesty.
That's what I'm saying. So like physical, like you chilling mentally, like you chilling. Like yeah, my dick don't work, but hey, I'm having a great life. It doesn't have to be super great like that because we know that's not necessarily what happens. But you might come to the terms where you accept it. People in wheelchairs accept they're in a wheelchair. People, you know,
because you never know what can happen. I'm gonna say physical baggage. I want to be able to keep my physical baggage. The emotional baggage, there's counseling for that. You can help with it. You can get help for those things. Yeah. So I would say get rid of the physical baggage and keep the emotional baggage and just get help. What about you? I'm
gonna drink to that one. I can't necessarily choose because although I've been doing a pretty great job at healing my emotional baggage, it's draining.
Yeah.
This year I've noticed I probably have been mentally exhausted in the past. Mm-hmm. Wasn't aware of it.
Right.
This year particularly, I know for a fact that there are so many times, well, not so many, but several times that I've been mentally exhausted.
So my question for that, you've overcame that exhaustion? Have you overcame it?
Well, the thing is, it just depends for the time.
Yeah, for that time, but
yeah, for sure. And I know what it feels like because it feels different from like a physical exhaustion. Mm-hmm. And I had to
being mentally exhausted I feel like is just as bad as I think it's worse than being physically exhausted. To explain that is, you could be physically exhausted, take a nap, and you wake up, you're fully refreshed. But being mentally exhausted is still there even after you take that nap. You wake up and that mental exhaustion is still there because you're still there. You still have to deal with those mental thoughts and ideas.
So for me, I noticed it. I think one of the things that helped me pinpoint it is, or know that I'm mentally exhausted is, I would be stressing about something, and then I'll get to a point where I'm like, yo, I can't even stress about this no more. And then I notice my body does it first, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
But when I get to the realization, like I can't stress, whatever, I don't care, whatever. I don't. It is gonna be what it is, and it's not even like it's not that light feeling. It's I can't. I can't anymore.
Yeah.
And it just feels so exhausting. And so for me, it always comes from being stressed. That's what derives from being stressed. My panic attacks just happen fucking randomly. And then I'm like, oh, because I was subconsciously stressing about X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for me, I'm not going to be able to choose because emotional baggage is a bitch. And no. And then physical baggage, I don't know what physical baggage, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It could be anything. And I'm just kind of like, I really like walking.
Yeah.
I really like having fingers.
Yeah.
Because it could be physical where some of your fingers aren't there. I like that.
Yeah.
I really like being as healthy as I am.
Right.
So it's like, I'm going to drink because I can't choose.
Okay.
But I really want to, okay, before we take the shot. Erykah Badu tweeted in September 2020, 20 years after this song came out. She said, it's about both. Basically emotional and physical baggage. Carrying mental emotional baggage can manifest into physical, that's what you said, holding onto bags and things we don't need. The song was a note to my future self. I'm letting go of more everyday things.
Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go.
I thought that was beautiful. All right.
Shout out to Mother Badu.
Let's do the tip. You want a tip? And then
there's a tip real quick. There's a tip, and then we take the shot.
Here, let's do this. Let's take half of it.
Half of it, all right.
Because I don't want to take another full one. Okay, guys.
Tip the bar. You got your tip? Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah. I don't think I wrote it down.
Freestyle.
Because again, when I wrote this outline, I didn't have. That wasn't part of our segments yet. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Our show's evolving well.
It
growing
is.
up.
What's your tip?
My tip is for all my people pleasers. We're doing the best we can. That's sometimes one of the things I have to tell myself. Did you do your best though? Or did you sit in the corner and twiddle your thumbs while shit went crazy? While shit went left?
Left.
Right?
Yes.
Did you mean to fuck up? Like, was that your intention to fuck up, or was it a genuine mistake?
Right.
So if it was a genuine mistake, that means you did your best.
Right.
All right, so chill the fuck out.
Relax.
And I have to tell myself that not just once, like 7 to 8 times, because I'm a people pleaser and I know that's right. But my subconscious is like, nah, bitch. Our dad's gonna yell at us though.
Right.
They're gonna scream, but you might get fired though.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but did you do your best?
Yeah.
So if they scream at you, that doesn't mean you're not lovable. It means that they're screaming at you. That's all that means.
Yeah.
You know, and as a kid, I didn't know that even when my dad was upset and he might have yelled at me or whatever, for whatever his reason was, for something super small or whatever, right? I didn't understand that, you know, your parents love you no matter what. My dad didn't stop loving me in that moment. If I would have known that, I probably wouldn't have become a people pleaser. But when you're a kid, when someone who you love yells at you or screams at you and shows, you know, they're disappointed in you, you think, you don't love me no more, or you're not my friend anymore, you know? That's you as a kid.
Yeah.
Had I known you love me, I'd have been like, all right, well, I mean, I misplaced the pen. What you want me to do?
You're going to love me regardless.
I don't know where the pen is. I'm 5 years old. I take pens and I put them in places and I don't remember where I put them.
Damn it.
So why are you screaming at me? You still love me, so calm it down.
Facts.
I can say that now.
Yeah.
But subconsciously, it's a whole different realm. So all my people pleasers, you know, you did your best.
Relax. For me, my tip is for everybody carrying that baggage out there. After you get out of whatever you were packing for on the first trip, we'll say it like this. Let's just describe it like this. As you get done with that first trip, and then you're getting ready to unload or unpack from that trip so that, you know, you can mentally prepare yourself for the next trip, take the time to see what it is you need to let go of. And then after you realize what it is, get rid of that shit. So that when you pack up for the next trip that you're going to take, your baggage is lighter.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't go on another trip with a bunch of fucking luggage, because when you go on another trip with a bunch of luggage,
AKA when you enter a new job field or a new job period or a new relationship or have your next child.
With a lot of baggage on top of that, that's just going to add to the baggage. So then now you got a shit ton of baggage that you needed to get to in the beginning that you couldn't even get to when you wasn't into that next trip yet.
So just pack.
So just take your time to evaluate, unpack, then pack again for the lightness of the packing so you can enjoy the next fucking trip.
Well,
Pastor Will has spoken.
All right, guys. We want to thank you so much for coming back to the bar. You can follow us on, I always want to say it. Okay, you can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Bar to Bar Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Nick Tracy. That's NIC.TRACY. I just broke my necklace.
Oh. And you can follow me on Instagram at KAP_ransom. Thank you.
Be capping?
No cap. Hey, shout out to the regulars for coming back, man. This is episode 26.
Yes, and
this has been an amazing journey here with Nick, and
you lost for words.
This episode 26. Here's the 26 more, and then 26 more after that, and so on and so forth.
Yes.
Growth, development. Hey, and then to our future team members, yes, because we will have a team, a publicist, all that shit. Our future team members, don't worry, we're going to be hiring soon. We're going to speak that into existence, because when we do get signed, when we do get to the paper, we don't want them fake ass congratulations that you niggas was trying to get that doubted us from the beginning. And that goes from the last episode. Sorry, it's a little bit carried over. I'm sorry, that was baggage. I apologize. This is a new episode. Why did I bring the baggage from the last episode to this one? Hey, pack light, motherfucker.
I'm about to say shout out to the new editor, because baby, I can't wait till you on the team.
Hey, pack light, motherfuckers. That's all I'm saying.
All right, I gotta pee. Thank you guys for coming by. We'll see you next episode.
Yeah.